Welcome back to Tucson Now. Join with us live here at the desk is a friend of the show. Please help us to welcome the National Association of Realtors Good Neighbor Award winner now, Kim Clifton. First of all, congratulations.
Thank you.
How incredible is that, guys? If you don't know, we had Kim on the show when she was a nominee. So this is a bit of a follow-up. You won that Good Neighbor Award 1 of 5 nationally. What does that feel like?
It's incredible. I'm so blessed and thankful. And honestly, what a journey, right? 5 people in the nation, and they came to Tucson and are recognizing me. What is that about? It's awesome.
I mean, I remember when we were talking and you were just a nominee, I mean, that's still a huge thing, but when you were a nominee and you were blown away that you were even a nominee. So take us back to that moment emotionally, the exact second that you heard your name announced that you were 1 of 5 winners nationally for the good, for the passion that you're doing right here in Southern Arizona. What did that feel like to you?
So it really is such an incredible journey. First of all, wrapping my brain around the fact that we were even acknowledged, right? We love Tucson. We love our Southern Arizona community and giving back. And when you see, if anyone is out there and would like to look up the Good Neighbor Awards, they've been recognizing people for 26 years. They acknowledge 10 individuals, and we were 1 of 10. Now we're 1 of 5 of the winners. So our charity is getting $10,000 as one of the winners. And it's just so, it's incredible. We do things every day and not because of any type of recognition. My goal is always, how can I do more? In fact, I'm dressed in this t-shirt because Matt and I just came from delivering bunk beds. But when I just didn't ever think it would even be possible to actually be the winner, knowing how many incredible peers they have recognized. And we're just over the moon.
When we first talked to you here on the desk, you spoke a lot about how you were really just seeing a need and trying to fill the need. Seeing a need, trying to fill the need. There's not like exact protocols for this. Just come and talk to us, see what it is. Okay, let me see what I can figure out for you, right? So it's so personal. It is so boots on the ground. So it seems like that $10,000 for your foundation, for that charity, it's going to go immediately to other people that are reaching out. Do you already have those funds earmarked? Do you know what those are going towards?
We really do. We really do. So we have been working with the Arizona Young Adult Program. These are teenagers that are in foster care or in group homes. We work with Arizona Department of Child Safety daily on keeping families together. Right. So if they can't be kept together, we want to make sure they have what they need and are seen and heard. Right. And it's basic things that we all take for granted. And working through another nonprofit called Care Portal, they bring the needs to us so we can see what someone needs and fill that request. For example, today we just came from a delivery. A mom needed the request was for 1 bunk bed. But after speaking with mom and talking with her about her needs and her children, she really needed 2 bunk beds. So, it's just what can we do to go above and beyond? And that just is, it's the beds, it's the bedding, it's the mattress covers, it's all the things. And it's getting the family involved too to help. And they have a real sense of pride. And it's just awesome.
I mean, you can see the pride beaming off of your face. You can see that you're working in your passion. And consistently, when I've talked to you, you've just been so blown away at the recognition of your foundation, of the charity, of what you guys are doing right here in Tucson. So now that you have this national recognition, now that people see you, and from a national perspective, right, what do you hope that message is that they're receiving from our little town in Tucson?
Right. So one is our realtor community. National Association of Realtors is the largest trade organization in the country. And so that's a far reach. Oh, yeah. And when I am realizing how much we actually have inspired others, the love that has come my way just from being nominated, and now that they've announced that we are a winner, it's crazy. People want to get involved. And that can constitute of a check or time, or in the country, others in other associations want to know, how can we start a foundation similar to yours? So it's just been really incredible. And the need out there, it's never ending, but as a community, watching everyone come together and celebrating this win and bringing light to Tierra Antigua Hope Foundation so people can donate and the dollars will go further. Of course, they're already earmarked. And, as I'm looking in my storage today to deliver the beds, I'm thinking, oh, I have 3 comforters left. I have 2 mattresses left. And so it's just a never-ending need, but we're very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, talking about that ripple effect that you're having, not just here in Tucson, with people saying, I didn't even know this was a thing, that my heart echoes you guys' push, you guys' passions, what you guys are doing. I'm going to be a part in any way, whether time or monetarily, but also the ripple effect nationwide of people saying, I kind of want to follow in your footsteps. I didn't even think about being able to help in this capacity until the highlight of being able to see what you guys are doing. That is incredible. So if somebody is watching here in Tucson and saying, I would love to do that, maybe it's financial, maybe it's, hey, I have big strong muscles and I can move those 2 bunk beds. How do they reach out? How do they connect with you guys?
So you can go to Tierra Antigua Hope Foundation .org, and you can email me. My phone number is probably going to be on the screen. But again, reach out to us directly. And if you call any one of our offices, and I just want to be really clear, this is not a real estate thing. Right. This recognition is from the National Association of Realtors. However, so many different members in our community participate and donate. And again, this wouldn't even be possible without my incredible husband who puts up with my crazy. He helps with all things, shopping, bunk beds. We never go from one destination to another without somehow thinking of charity on our way. And, can I give a shout out? Yeah, okay, I really do want to give a shout out to Chris Edwards at Tucson Appliance. He has been a phenomenal partner for us. Not very often, but occasionally there will be a request for things like an oven or a refrigerator or, as of this week, a washer and dryer. And, he's really phenomenal at giving back to our community. And one email to Chris, and today, mom of 8, because she has her children and a sibling's children who her sibling can't care for them. He said, nope, we're delivering a brand new washer and dryer to mom today. So, it really has spread in the community.
The fact that it makes such a direct impact on our community immediately, right? They're calling you, they're saying, this is exactly what I need. And it sounds like you have such really cool community support of saying, where can we help? Where can we fit in? It feels so unique in Tucson to have that community support to immediately jump in. Has that been your experience?
It really is. Our industry has groomed us for that, right? So in real estate, we are the hub. We are the source of sources. And when someone has a need, whether it be, a home inspection or a termite person, we have all these contacts, a lender, right? We have our toolbox filled with numerous contacts in order to be able to help those needs. And it really has come into play with this foundation because it's how to get what we need.
Absolutely. The way that I'm hearing this, and absolutely correct me if I'm wrong, but you were saying, this is not a realty, exclusive thing, but that is, your trade that has allowed you to pursue these passions of just humans helping humans, seeing eye to eye, saying we all have a chapter of need at some point. Let me help and fill in this one, because it all comes full circle. Right. And at one point we're all going to need help. And then there's another chapter where you might be able to help the next person, right?
Yep. I was speaking with mom today that we delivered, and she was coming out of she made a bad choice, and she corrected that choice, and she's moving on and wiping the slate clean and moving forward. And we talk about those choices, right? And I always let our people know that we are helping. You know what? I have been there. I have had hard times. I have made poor choices, as we all have, at one point or another, and that there's light at the end of the tunnel, that there's people rooting for them to do well, right? That is, sometimes it really is just that one conversation that you need to have with someone. Look them in the eye and be sincere, right? We are doing this for the community. And, you know, our real estate, it's not about real estate, but our realtors are our number one supporters. I mean, without a blink of an eye. And of course, real estate agents, we drive around all day, every day. So if we need something picked up from somewhere and dropped off somewhere else, they're all in. You know, I couldn't have put these bunk beds together if it weren't for 3 of our realtors showing up to help. So, yeah, it happens.
Man, that is incredible. And like you said, although you are delivering physical items, right, bunk beds, even a washer and dryer, and partnering with the community in it, it feels like you're delivering something so much more in acceptance, in encouragement, in hope, in the next step forward. And you're right, sometimes there are people that feel so isolated, so cut off, and maybe turning that blame in on themselves, whether it was their choice or, you know, not their choice. But to have somebody come in and say, I believe in you, and I believe in the next step for you so much that we're going to offer you these physical items, but it means so much more. Take us to a conversation that you have had. You don't have to give any specifics, but what does that conversation feel like to you as you're walking away able to deliver these bunk beds or deliver the washer and dryer, when you see the connection point between you and the recipient here? Is there a sense of a transferal of hope, a transferal of lightness, of brightness? What does that look like?
100%. I mean, you know, I gain the most from all of this. We're giving and we are providing and we are helping, but the person who gains really, I mean, when you see these little kids and they are running up and hugging you and so excited about a pillow and a new bed, or a little Lego that I might have brought along on the trip, right? But it's the moms, it's the grandmas, it's the dads, lots of dads that are single parenting right now. I mean, we just spoke with a dad who, he is the sole provider. The mom has left the relationship and is probably not in the best space. And his daughter is autistic, and so he cannot go to work because he can't leave her. And they're trying to work out that whole situation. Mom was the caregiver, right? So you just have to encourage people. And I check in with these people. My phone has 1 million contacts in it. And, you know, we don't have last names, or I don't do any of that because I want to make sure these people are protected. But the reality is I check in with them. And I let them know I'm so happy for them and how are they doing and happy Sunday and this kind of thing. Because sometimes they need that encouragement. We've had another family, you know, mom didn't have the best relationship with her own parents. And that happens, right? Through no fault of her own. She really, sometimes I realize people don't have a lot of guidance. They don't know necessarily, you know, what they should be doing. So I'm always encouraging work, school, bettering themselves to better their families, and what can we do to help that. So it's exciting.
It's incredibly exciting. So many first accounts of stories and families that are right here, right in our own neighborhood, right here in our own backyard. It just sounds, it makes sense that everybody gets involved and everyone says, okay, let's do this. We're going to fill the gap here no matter what they need. The physical aspect of it, the emotional outpouring. And you're right that it is a reciprocal benefit, right? I mean, we talk about social media and how people get overwhelmed because you can see the amount of hurt that's going on worldwide that you necessarily can't truly fulfill. But when you focus that on hyper local, have you realized, I mean, you're talking about your own payoffs with this, right? But you feel so fulfilled. Is it so much easier to understand when you focus on that hyper local and when you put your bleeding heart out, boots on the ground, and make a difference here?
Yeah, it is. And I don't want to sugarcoat it because there are times when there is such heartache. Because we are boots on the ground, and primarily our I call them my clients, right? My Hope family. They not ever, you know, there's not enough caseworkers to go around, and so sometimes I go into a situation, and it's my duty to help where I can, and also give feedback where I need to. And we've had some tough situations that we've walked into. It's not all sunshine and roses, and I really wish that it were. But it, it weighs on me heavily when things aren't right, but that doesn't mean they can't get right.
Sure.
So with the communication and being transparent, it really is a team effort, I think, in our community. But I mean, nothing outweighs the joy. I will tell you, I love it.
And that's such a great message for people that are watching right now and say, oh, there's just so much. There's so many people that are in need. Everywhere I look, when I open Instagram or Facebook or whatever, there's something else, and I just feel overwhelmed. But here is an opportunity right here in our own backyard to be able to make a difference right here in your neighborhood. Yep. See a need and be able to fulfill that need, or at least help fulfill that need in a small part. And the payoff, emotionally is indescribable.
It's amazing. And again, we are a nonprofit, so we are a qualified charity. We accept money that you can, right now people are about to start getting their ducks in a row for tax time. And if you need to donate to that charity, let me know. But again, we are helping our own community. And it's not just an area of town or a specific person. It is all areas of town. It doesn't matter what car's in the driveway. I never know what I'm going into. Sure. I don't get information until I'm ready to deliver. And it really is. It's all over town. And I mean, it can be as simple as mom or dad has lost their job, or an accident has occurred to someone in the primary breadwinning family, and now light bills are not getting paid. And now, so it's a huge spectrum of needs that we see. But, you just never know.
Yeah. Absolutely. We're going to share your website one more time here. Again, Tierra Antigua Hope Foundation.org. We were talking about if you have the ability to donate monetarily, that is where you can do it right there on the home page. And then there's a video a little bit about more on what is going on, exactly where your time, your effort, your finances would be going to, should you so choose. And then I believe you have November 15th is when you are accepting the award. Is that right?
On Saturday.
Yeah, down in Houston?
Yes, we're on our way to Houston. So luckily, I think our flights are going to be good. Send me well wishes. But yes, we're going to be in Houston and have the honor of accepting this, being one of 5 Good Neighbor winners. Wow. And then on Monday, the Monday following, I don't know the date exactly, but we will have the full video that we'll be able to share on our website, and happy to share it with you. And
what an incredible time. Last question here. I know you have a long travel ahead going down to Houston. As you're sitting there at the table, looking around, really taking it all in, what are your thoughts? What are you going to sit and center yourself with?
When I first found out I was a nominee, all I could think about was, are you kidding? Like they're looking at me in tiny little Tucson in the entire country. But now I will be sitting there thinking about how much exposure and if I can help one additional family, I mean, my job is done, right? It's so incredible. And I'm just so grateful. Like, gratitude is the only word I can say. I love Tucson. I'm from here, all of Southern Arizona. We help. It has my heart, and anything I can do to give back. So I'm super excited.
There we have it. Once again, the National Association of Realtors Good Neighbor Award winner now, yes! Kim Clifton. Again, thank you so much for joining us, and
Thanks,
a huge
Devin.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bye.
From there, guys, we are going to take a short break and get right back to it here on the other side. Stay tuned. You're watching Tucson Now.